Fucking Industries build without Bathurst playing in the background. I haven't done anything. Willsy's mad with me because I haven't done anything, and he's done a lot, and I feel bad, but I helped Elkin move and other shit. Anyway, blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna get into it. I don't know what I can't actually remember where I've left at it, so I'm gonna go through and check our lists. I need to message Scotty because we're gonna change the distributor to run a cam sensor as well. I think he said. I should probably check. Few other things left to tidy up, which I didn't do before halfway nats. These are the things that I weren't happy with because that's why I didn't go. It's easy enough to send a car half tuned. As you'll see, Willsy did that, and no discredit to him at all, because the thing, as much as we learnt bits and pieces, you got to remember like he built that in fuck all time, like less than I had. Yeah, he did that in less time than I had, and the only thing that bummed him out, or sort of, it wasn't really bummed him out. The only thing that cost him was just tuning time. And Scott and Dan and whoever else had a hand on it. They played with it, managed to get some decent track time out of the car, but we'll go back soon when it's all Mickey Mouse and we can have a bash around in the pair of them. We still got to do that grudge race because it wasn't really fair how much I smacked him in my red one. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. I'll keep going. Might grab myself a beverage, watch a lap of the Bathurst, and then go from there. Ooh, baby!
So on the timing cover, you have the 3 marks. You have the 0, the 5, the 10, and then the 15. So I've got 2 white marks on the crank pulley. The second one, around from top dead center, is 30 degrees plus 15 on that. So just line up the 15 and the second white mark.
Okay.
And then we lock the dizzy up. See in here, you can see the little steel pickup and that.
Yep.
They've got to be lined up together, and then lock the dizzy up. And that should give us 45 before top dead center to the computer, and then it knows.
Cool. Finally, it's all done. How good does that look? Do. So it's been a bit of a while since I've done an update. I mean, all these updates are probably going to be long gone by the time this thing's on the road and we're driving and such, but this will be for the video. So we've progressed a lot since I did a quick wrap. We're getting quite close. So you'll see we've got the dizzy in now, as a little bit from Scott's gone in. So we've just got some little wires to nip up. I had to buy the special tool to do up the Deutsch plugs, which Willsy had, but he forgot to leave it behind for me, which is fine. It's his tool. But yeah, that dizzy looks fucking sick. So it's got all the cool stuff in it. I painted the rocket cover up Atlas Grey. Got all the quad coils hooked up, ready to go. It's all wired. What else? I think there's a possum having a fight with a bird over my head. Just finished this off before, so that's pretty sick. Benny and the team at Cool Pro hooked me up with the vise and these fittings and stuff, so now I can do them basically here without having to go to a shop or bust my wrists up or whatever to get them done. So I'm pretty proud of that. What else to show you? The blow-off valve is all plumbed in. This is all mounted, so I made a little mount for it. Well, I'm just working on the plumbing for the top front of the head to the back of the, like I've kept that loop still happening. Just putting some new terminals on the battery, so that's all fresh. What else? Tyree, after halfway nats, gave me this Sprint 5, which was very nice of him. It actually came on these interesting rails, which I'm not going to pull out now because they're sort of just sitting there, but they're pretty much bang on the same as where the holes for the TX are. So I'm just in the process of getting this all squared up and mounted. Need to change the seats over and stuff, or just wash this one or whatever. Bolt that all in, and it'll be cool to have a reclining, or not reclining, a slidable back and forth passenger seat. So move it back and forth, especially with trying to get coops in and out of the car. ECU and everything is all done. It's actually, I should have recorded it, and I might. Yeah, bugger it. I'll put a little video in here of it booting up, but I actually tested everything on the weekend to see if it started up and whatever else. So I've got the signal, the fuel pumps are working, which I actually, well, they're buzzing. I need to put fuel in the tank so they don't dry out. Get that all sorted. Dan came through and helped me put together, well, he did most of the heavy lifting on the O2 sensor. So him and my good mate Paul gave me an Innovate O2 sensor each. So I made one hybrid out of two. Now that all works. I'm trying to think what else I can. Well, I know I'm really bad for doing this, but I just get into a thing where I don't have, you know, it's hard to do these YouTube things and work at the same time, because you video something and like I'll do this. I'm like, oh, actually I forgot who gave me that bit, or I'll try and do a bit while trying to juggle the camera at the same time. It's a little bit difficult, so I just smashed some shit out and got it done. The next mission, actually one thing I should point out is the grill. So I've managed to fit the cooler excuse me, behind the grill. It had a bit of a haircut, but it sits in there perfectly now. So I'm pretty happy with that. Got LED lights for it, which is sick. The HIDs I had in it were junk. If anyone wants HIDs, send me some money for postage and you can have the crap that I had. They were just rubbish. So yeah, the list. So we've got a list of stuff that we need to finish. As you can see here, I still got a few little knickknacks to put on, like fuel filters. Again, big shout out to the Cool Drive guys at Raymond Terrace. They have been awesome. There's a bunch of stuff tick off, like we got to finish the Dizzy wiring, which is the 3 pins I was talking about. That's done now. Configure the computer properly. The clutch and a couple of little things. Water clutch, I've done that. Or I've got a fan belt. The catch can's pretty much done. I just need a check valve for so when Scotty finished, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I've talked about this, but I will just in case, and if I haven't, I'll cut it. So Scott did this up for me. Basically, it's a surge tank that Jim gave me as part of our Help Bucket Industries out. So he chopped off a couple of that had a few extra fittings for extra pumps and a return and whatever else. So Scotty chopped that all to pieces and got rid of them all. And we added this little fitting down there. So that's going to be as a drain. So I've got obviously the breather to the can there, and then the actual filter up, or the breather filter, whatever you want to call it there. And that one there, there's like I was saying, it's a just a drain. So if it fills up, and hopefully it doesn't, I just have a tap to turn on and off and drain it. But I did this thing where you go on eBay and you have a look and you're like, oh yeah, this looks cheap. So I found one for $3, including postage. And what I didn't do was check when the postage is supposed to be. So apparently it's going to be here in June. So I'm going to ghetto something over now, and hopefully it'll hold for the next month or two. If not, I'll find something else and just throw the other thing in the bin. But that's pretty much it for now. it's getting progressively closer. We're pushing to get to Geminats. I put a boost gauge in. just, you know, because that's what you have to have. Interior is starting to look like an interior again. Yeah, so that's about it for now anyway. Hopefully more to come. I'm hoping this weekend we're going to punch some numbers in and potentially even start it. So I'm going to stop recording because I've been recording for a bit now and I've got a few things to do. So I'll get on that and I'll get back to you. So this is a sump that I had obtained somehow that unfortunately had spent a fair while of itself lying in the bush. I pulled it out mainly because someone at some point has welded like an oil drain to it. So I borrowed my father-in-law's sandblaster and cleaned it up, got rid of all the shit, all the rust. It was pretty time consuming, but comes up pretty good. We put it through another way of cleaning it up and a special bath as well, and it came up really well. So you'll see it progress further in this video. But yeah, not bad. Alright guys, so the clutch has finally rocked up. The postie must have been busy this morning because he was like forever late. I literally heard the doorbell and sprinted down the hallway for this. Oh, that looks good. Ooh, yeah. Oh, trust the tough. So here we go. I haven't unboxed it yet. I need more bench space again. It's a bit hard to film and whatever with one hand. Oh shit. We'll edit that bit out so you can't see. For warranty's sake. Feels solid. This is the part they reckon they lost. So, we're looking pretty good. New bearing and everything. Oh, that's exciting. That's very exciting. We should test it on a flywheel. This is the worst filming. I'm that excited. Fuck. Okay, well that's the G200 flywheel. Now this is actually going to be for sale. This is a Lighten flywheel and a fancy fucking plate and whatnot. So if anybody wants to buy a Lighten flywheel, it's definitely significantly lighter than the other one. Offers are accepted because I don't know what it's worth. Perfect. Fuck yeah! All right, we're in business. Let's hope that's enough. Here you go, it's a Nissan. So a guy I was friends with that used to be in a clutch business, he went off to greener pastures, actually told me that once before that I'm pretty sure he said Nissan, like SR20s and Gemini share the same spline. So you can actually use supposedly you should be able to use a SR clutch, but do your homework before taking that for gospel. Fuck, look how old it is. Ah, she'll be right. She'll be right. So it's Friday morning, and I'm like, probably about time I get into the bucket again after everything. And I've seen as I've blown the diff on the red car, I need something to drive. So I'm out here at ACT Brakes in Belconnen as a recommendation from one of the guys. I'm going to get my flywheel machined and yeah, hopefully get that fitted up on the weekend. I should also mention the nice guys at ACC Brace did this up for me. I stupidly didn't think to take a video of it before I put it in, but it come up sweet. So now I've just got to grab the clutch pressure plate from there, the clutch thing from in there, and the bearing and all that sort of shit, and put it all together. So I brought the engine crane home to get the engine out so we can start doing things and put the new clutch in. So about to do the clutch, figured I'll loosen the bolts off. Oh, already done.
What are you going to do about this outside bit here?
That's the dipstick.
Yeah, what are you going to do about cleaning?
Oh, who cares? We don't need to worry about that. It's only the inside that I really want to clean and the out here.
I can't believe...
You're right. I'll edit the talking. You can't believe.
Bad condition, this.
It's literally been sitting in a, like, I don't know where it came from.
But why are you bothering? Why don't you just get a better one?
Because I had this lying around.
But do you need it, or...?
Yeah, I need the... So basically, for the turbo, I need a turbo drain. So that if you look at it, like the turbo sits here, and it runs, the oil drain runs down into here. So someone's, at some point in its life, put that drain in. Realistically, I should have just thrown this in the bin and put an oil drain on the sump that's in it now.
Yes.
But it's in the car, so I just figured this may have been easier. Or bought one in not so shit condition.
Yes. I'm just using... We'll give it a back of vinegar when we finish. I'm just using the vinegar just to get rid of the worst of it.
So it's been sitting for about 3 hours now. It's coming up all right. Like, it looks bad from back here, but it's obviously all the shit being pulled out. So there's a bit of a science experiment. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We got another sump that we'll just plug a return in and send it, but if this works, it'd be kind of neat. So, I swear to God, spending 99% of working on fucking shit boxes is looking for the tool that you left there, and you spend the whole time walking around looking for it, and it's just here where you left it. How fun is modified cars? Wait, how fun is working on cars? I rock out and Jackie just supervises. Hey Jackie! Jackie! It's good boy. So yeah, what a mission. I don't know, like in this little, it's not really little, but this little shed we've got, you can see like it's a bit of a fucking mission to have gotten this out of here to there. And in typical me fashion, or I would suggest that this happens to a lot of people who pull their engines out. I didn't really undo the clutch cable right. I forgot the starter motor cable thing, the solenoid trigger cable, and I just fixed up the oil feed as well. But yeah, that's switch the camera around. As you can see, it's come out pretty easily. Other than that, I did label and, you know, pre-check everything, but it's just one of them things when you're doing this sort of stuff, like everything gets sort of caught up or stuck, or I had to rip the engine mount off to get the clutch cable off because I did it wrong. It has been a long time since I've pulled a G series out of a Gemini. Well, I modified one. Like, it's a lot easier without that big manifold on it and the turbo hanging off, which has been a bit of a laugh. I've been back and forth with Robbie online. He's like, you know, fucking, he keeps thinking I'm turboing it, and I've been keeping it a big secret because all these episodes are like a gazillion years behind, which makes me laugh because it's been turbo for a while now. But yeah, anyway, so I've pulled it all out. I'm just going to clean up a few bits and pieces while I'm in here. Just some of the grime from before, and you know, like the box is a bit mucky, and sounds like my boys are awake, so I'll go and feed them and clean up because my hands are all filth again. And yeah, I'll pull the clutch off this evening or this afternoon because it's now off. Clean up those shavings. I might give the block a bit of a clean up too. It's a bit grotty. Again, just needlessly unnecessary shit that I feel like doing. I'm not going to worry about the cross member because it's getting silly. Everything else looks pretty good, surprisingly. The bushes are fine. Your sway bar's looking good. Yeah, it's all coming along pretty well. Should paint it. Nah, it's getting a bit excessive. I might paint it later in the year before we go to summer nats. Yeah, mission half accomplished. It's going to be an absolute shit fight to put it back in though. Like you'll see, I had to, I don't know if you can see on the GoPro, but when I had to realign everything and put extra stands underneath it and blah, 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 just so I was a bit worried about things falling or dropping or whatever. It would be probably a hell of a lot quicker if I had someone giving me a quick hand. But yeah, it's just hard on your own doing these sort of things. But that's half the reason I do these stupid videos is, you know, we're definitely not a workshop. We definitely don't have, occasionally we get lucky and Kieran lends us a hoist, or, you know, the boys give us a bit of a hand, but it's still, you know, I'm still building shit boxes in garages, and definitely no hoist. Unfortunately, I can't afford one at the moment. But anyway, we'll get there. Plod along a bit more. I don't think there's anything else I can tell you that's new. No. Anyway, we'll hook it up there and continue on to Savo. Following on from yesterday, we're going to get into it and clutch off. Just sitting there ready to go. So I'm going to do that. Dad came around and we came to the executive decision. I might do the water pump as well. So I'm going to do the water pump. We might do the remain seal if there's a chance or time, or I can be bothered. But yeah, plod along. This shouldn't take too long, hopefully. When you take 5 minutes out to, you know, do a casual clutch change, because you need an extra bit of oomph, because, you know, you're going to chop Robbie's whatever he has to deliver at halfway nats. You're pulling it off, minding your own business, when you find out some fucking moron has put imperial bolts in the pressure plate, followed by 2 random 14s. Why? So we had a look on the internet, and there's all these crazy harebrained schemes about how to pull this bearing out. I'm no expert by any means, but I figured I'd give this a try. Now, I rang Josh Black up yesterday and said, how the hell do you get this out? There's about 300 or 400 examples of doing this, and a dozen of them involve putting bread in this. Now, I was talking to Andrew this morning, and he said, well, the bread's a good one, but you can also use grease. Now, I thought it was a crock of shit. Anyway, I've been slowly packing this bearing as I'm talking to Dad, and you wouldn't believe it, but it's actually coming out. So, I guess you could use that to get it out. So I'll just tap on it a bit in a sec, and hopefully it'll come out. See, it's brought the bearing out, but not... See how it's springy? So I assume what the idea is that all the shit goes behind the crank, the bearing in there, because when you're forcing it forward, it's got nowhere to go. Yuck. An extremely large time later, and including lots of bearing grease and everything else, we got it finished. So doing this a bit rough because my hands are covered in yuck, but I'm just pulling the remain out. Now, I figured the little trick, I don't know if this is orthodox or how it's supposed to be done, but I've just been carefully knocking my big screwdriver in the little edges here and just levering it out. Very gently, very delicately. And as you can see, a little bit of love there. If I can hold the camera straight, she's out. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought. As you can see, it's actually not in terrible condition, but change it anyway, that way it's all fresh. And Robbie's calling me. Oh no, it's gonna stuff up the thing. Shut up, Robbie. I'll have to call him back in a sec, but yeah, there we go. And now with the magic of television, everything's back in the engine bay. So this is it. So everything from the box, the clutch, the tail shaft, the looms, the fuel lines, everything was plumbed all up, connected. Pretty sure it's full of oil. So I went through and checked everything. Everything's good to go. Like I said, all the lines, everything seems to be pretty much configured. So yeah, on the way to getting it started. So this is a Deutsch plug. They're like a special connector you plug in, but they're really, really good to use because they come off so really quickly. So like this is the injector loom. They click together and come unstuck like that. Okay.
So, have you got the timing on it?
What I am going to do is tell you that we are very, very, very close to having this thing run. And now I'm smashing the last of it in my lunch break to try and get something to just fire. We are this close. There's one little small thing that's causing us a drama, but we've had the Grand Master over. He's had a look at it. He's gone away to do some stuff. We think there might be just a trivial thing. So I'm going to switch it over now and see if it works. And hopefully this weekend we take it to the ACT or Holden Day for a bit of a reveal. I know it's like, you reveal the car. Like no one really cares. It's a Gemini coupe, but you know, we think it's kind of cool. Anyway, stay tuned. Hopefully.